Alright, welcome beautiful people, charming people, babies, children, your pet turtle, trolls, all are welcome to another episode of Smite Super Builds. I was requested to do a ADC Poseidon build. Now, that in itself is a very unique and living on the edge type of playstyle, and it's very fun. Now, it does not work in Conquest. It could if you're you're really good and you're fighting people that aren't as experienced, but it's more catered towards the other game modes. Now, there may be a couple of questions you may be having. One, what is ADC Poseidon? What does that mean? Another is like, how does that even happen? So, in case you're wondering, let's go through his passive. If you don't know already, ADC Poseidon is basically just using your basic attacks for a good chunk, not all, but a good chunk of your for your damage. Now, his passive allows you to, every time you use a successful basic attack, it lands, you gain 10% towards your title, your tide meter, which is right above his portrait. Lovely. He looks, no, that's not really lovely. He looks really angry. But basically, once you have your high tide going, then you have 20% additional damage on all your abilities. So your ultimate, your Kraken, boom, 20% more damage once it's at max tide level, and then also you increase your movement speed by 10% once it's at max tide. So that is how that works, and it definitely can work. So let's go into the items itself. Starting to cover our wonderful blue feet, we have our Shoes of Magi for penetration increase. If you prefer cooldown reduction, then go with cooldown reduction. Just go with whatever works for you. Haste of Mentalis. Haste of Mentalis is going to give you a really huge increase in attack speed, and it allows you to stick on people and just spank them with your tide. Yeah, just look at that. You're just whipping people with water. So that's mainly Haste of Mentalis. Next, Demonic Grip is another great one to pick up for any, I guess you would call it ADC mages like Ao Kuang, Freya, Kronos, that type of deal. Maybe even some Zeuses. Some Zeus, they kind of go off basic attacks. So that is a really great item to pick up for this type of role. Next, Telekion's Ring is another good pickup. If you don't really like it, you can switch it out for probably like Chronos Pendant, like a cooldown reduction item, or another penetration item like Obsidian Shard. Kind of up to you. Next, Gem of Isolation. You may be wondering why Gem of Isolation on ADC build, but Gem of Isolation, it's a core item for Poseidon no matter what role you go on Poseidon. If you go like Bruiser, Tank, typical mage build or ADC or whatever, Gem of Isolation is very, very important on Poseidon. If you don't know why, it's for your little kiddie pool here. That in itself, it draws people in. It kind of slows your enemy. Now, if you have Gem of Isolation on it as well, it's going to slow them by an additional 20%. So anybody that's caught in your 3, they're pretty much stuck. So that allows you to easily land your 1, your ultimate, whatever the case may be. Moving on, Rod to Hoodie, because we have low magical power items, so Rod to Hoodie is going to really spike up your magical power. So let's go ahead and test out on the poor little robot. Oh, that robot's going to get it. Alright, so let's start pressure washing him with this. That's just auto attacks. Next, we'll be doing the kiddie pool. Kiddie pool. Wonderful. Love the Kraken. So that's pretty much how it works. And then once you use your 2, I also forgot to mention his 2. That increases your movement speed by up to 25%, and also increases your basic attacks. So let me go ahead and use 2. Increased movement speed. We're just surfing along, and look at us go, just spanking away at that Gold Fury. So that's how ADC Poseidon works. If anybody was curious, it may not be fine for everybody, but some people may want to try it. So that pretty much wraps it up for the video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.